Are you guys okay to go online right now? I know it's 5 minutes, but.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad that it was okay for her to let me.
That's fine.
Okay.
Wait.
So it will go live. You might wanna, when it goes live, you might wanna edit,
Okay.
because it's gonna start double audio. Oh. Mute it so you don't hear yourselves, but you can see that it's live. You can go back to the Zoom meeting if you can. And you guys are all set. Okay, when it's time to end, just go back to the same space so you can second here. And then live stream, then now it's just stop the live stream. You might need to translate it a few times, but you can always go back to here and check YouTube to make sure that it's.
Oh, she was serving.
Maybe I was
serving.
Yes, if I'm shopping and stuff, and 13 minutes away, if you want to eat something, just give my phone. You want number, just give me a call.
I mean.
I'll go by and I'll just turn it off.
Or secretary.
Well, I'll give it this.
When did we do that?
Well, that's what, yeah, so that was an old business, I still need to discuss that.
Yeah.
So,
218.
I think we just told them like last time that we need to name somebody, that we need to nominate somebody, I don't know if they've had this conversation. I thought they were gonna send some information about what each one does.
So,
I'm also on a different board, cause so you gotta get myself this.
yeah, so if you guys are live now, she's going. Anything, no. But I mean, I can also, if you guys aren't meeting for long, just stick around. So you need to borrow my keys.
we could,
I can just take the fall off. This to
Can you do that after this?
Yeah, if you don't mind, if you just, is that okay?
Oh,
I won't take it off.
Sorry.
Pretty short.
on old business,
For voting for vice president and secretary.
I'm really. I don't know what one it is. So I'm just.
I mean, we can just ask for an update, cause I don't know.
But I will look at all this.
It's really just like that.
I don't think it's prospect. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, it's okay.
There's.
And
I do.
So I'm gonna take the follow if you like to get back.
Really.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, and if you're just seeing, you should my phone, let's give me a call, and I'll just come by and I'll know what I need to do.
The
Okay.
secretary, you know, in some other board institutions.
Yeah, so it is live now, so.
The secretary.
You need help.
That's the signature, so like, you're like a redevelopment. You need to check.
Yeah.
Kind of don't actually, like, it's not a statutory
You gotta write it.
here, but it's technically responsible.
It's one of them hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Sit down or whatever.
the
you want.
president signs the secretary tests.
I guess that's just what we have to determine, because,
what happened?
we didn't meet. Make it like they don't have staff anymore, right?
Yeah.
Make it.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so the chief. Sorry, good.
You know, our language is in state law this year. so
Yeah,
like all the-
I last thing, I just, you know, it's all.
Okay.
Is this like, is that rotating? Yeah. Like they assign the speeds or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right, okay. Right, oh, I don't need that. Okay.
I don't really need one, but,
Sorry, I'm spazzing, I'm not working
no.
to the, up to the clock. You know, I was like, I disassembled and now I was reassembling it, and it's bedtime, so.
No pressure.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just meeting, so.
So let's be honest, is the baby still in a bassinet, or is the baby?
Oh, yeah, no, we kick her
Maybe in the crib.
out, we kick them out as soon as we can, say, yeah, she's been in a crib with the daughter, you know, so they're roommates, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting along pretty good, but we just swapped rooms, the boy
Oh, I
and girl
see.
swapped
Yeah.
rooms today. And, yeah, so that's what we've been doing all day, yeah,
And then you left.
yeah, yeah, I left my wife. in-
Yeah. Uh-oh.
In a team with all that, so. But that's.
Okay, I apologize. We're ready to go. It's muted, so I just need to.
We're at 7, we can go ahead and call it one.
I know how to unmute this. Richard is speaking. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Right, do we wanna call a meeting to order? For the pledge of allegiance?
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We gotta make sure we're doing it.
Yeah, we made it. Back. There you go, turn that volume all the way down, maybe, yeah.
All right.
All right, so we have the minutes from last time, from April. Want to take a minute to look over those and let me know if we have a motion to approve the minutes? Or if there are any changes we need to know.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes of the last meeting as presented.
Do we have a second?
I will second that.
All in favor of approving, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. All right, minutes approved. All right. Old business, voting for vice president and secretary.
I put that on there because we have not
Okay,
yet done that, and we. I don't know if you want to.
So we had Megan before as secretary.
so what are the, if you can just explain what the duties of the secretary are and the vice president, just because, James wasn't here when we were, chatting about that.
You know, I do not have those duties like written
Okay,
in a written form, secretary. I can get that for you if you wanna go and back. I mean, table it and come back to it.
Okay.
We definitely are gonna have a meeting next month
okay,
for certain.
And it would be generally your vice president is just going to chair the meeting if the president is gone. So it's not a significant additional duty. Usually your secretary attests this on when documents are signed, you know, attests the president's signature. So like on minutes, the president will sign the minutes and the secretary will attest usually. But this, you know, the secretary would not have to actually be the one to write out the minutes. That's all. It's common for somebody on staff to write out the minutes but it's still the secretary is the one that attests them. So you can have the secretary be the one to formally take the minutes and type them up when they get home and stuff, but we wouldn't have to do it that way just because somebody's designated as the secretary. So I don't view them as significant additional lifts beyond what you're already doing on board.
So we're gonna table that till next time, or?
If you'd like to, I mean, if you wanna go ahead.
Well, if we're not, then I will make a motion that, David Daniels be vice president.
do we have a second?
I second.
All in favor of, making Dave Daniels, vice president, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Thank you. Took care of that one. Any volunteers for secretary? Or we could table that till next.
I'm a non-voting
So I just,
council.
I would just like watch you sign them. You can do that. So.
You're really attesting to
I'm
the signature.
So I just.
Yeah, so I don't think it would be a difficult one.
Yes, yeah, I can do that.
I promise not to
Yeah.
make these things up. All right, do we have a motion to accept James Bennett as secretary?
I make a motion, we accept James as secretary.
Do we have a second?
I will second that.
All in favor, say aye.
I,
Any opposed, say nay. All right, all in favor, or approved for James Bennett as secretary. Thank you. All right, we took that off for next month. All right. Introduction of officers for board approval. Oh, we've got two.
We do have two, yeah, that kind of happened this week. So the first one is not here this evening, so I went ahead and slid Mr. Epperson in, and this is who is here. Ed comes from Marion County Sheriff's Department. Started there with 2022.
Yeah, 2022 is correct.
I just want to make sure it comes from a family of law enforcement and we did sign a conditional offer, sorry, the other day. Potential starting date is pending the results of those tests. I just had him here in person, so one, he could meet you guys officially, and if you'd like to ask him any questions.
Why don't you come on up here?
Yes, sir. I'm a little sure.
You can if you like, whatever you want to do, whatever, however you want to be comfortable. What makes you want to come to Cumberland?
I. Good question. I like the idea of a smaller agency and a community that I can ingrain myself in. And really get to know everybody in all the small areas that are inside of the community. And that's something that's hard to find in a big agency like the sheriff's department, where we're serving a lot more of the county. That's my main reason. I really like the community policing approach, so I want to be able to experience that more.
Do you have any questions for us?
Not at the moment. A lot of the questions I had were answered during my interview the other day when I came in. It seems like a really cool town to be a police officer in. So yeah, I'm pretty excited with the everything.
I think you'll find you get a lot of support here.
One of the cool things is he previously worked with Noah Reynolds.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I love the name now, I have the know.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah.
I think you knew Noah.
He's one of the few officers that I see him, I recognize him, I'm like, oh,
Okay.
no, I know him.
Yeah.
Remember the name.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he came with a lot of great referrals. One of the East District officers that I've known for 15 years, actually. In some form is related to him, but definitely some outstanding referrals.
And you've got a lot of experience under your belt.
Yeah, I've done a lot of jobs that led me to law enforcement. But I've working on my 4th year in the field, then my 3rd as a sworn law enforcement. So I try to pick up experience wherever I can, even where in my current assignment at the new Marion County Courthouse, I try to branch out and help the Southeast District when I can, just to get more experience and learn more about what it is to be a police officer.
Do you need a motion to accept? I make a motion and recommendation that we hire Mr. Hartley.
Mr. Evers.
Oh, Mr. Emerson. Whoever you are.
She's
Actually, the attorney. Sorry. Mr. Emerson to the Cumberland Police Department, Cumberland Metropolitan Police Department.
We have a second.
I will second that.
All in favor of approving the recommendation for Epperson to join, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. All right, approved from the board.
Just so you know, I can't vote.
So she's not trying to be rude.
Yeah, I'm the council
Yeah.
liaison representative, so if everybody wonders why I don't vote, that's, I'm not allowed to vote, so.
You didn't say nay, so
Huh?
at least you didn't say nay.
Do you want us to go ahead and vote on Hartley too?
Yeah, you can hang around if you want, if you want to leave, you're welcome to do that too, it's up to you.
We'll see how this works.
That is fine with me.
Let's copy of the agenda and the notes from last time, just able to chat now. It's like policies.
I got a little bit more information on Mr. Hartley because, since he wasn't gonna be here, it is another Hartley on our roster, so we've been calling him Hartley 2.0. His name is John Hartley. He's been on IMP since 2021. He is an East District officer currently, and he comes from a family of law enforcement. We've actually had some, interactions with his sister on different cases, so that was kind of cool to find that out. He's already satisfied all the pre-employment testing conditions. Certified evidence technician and bicycle officer.
past supervisors gave excellent recommendations, and they were really sad to see him leave as well, and actually did an exit interview to find out what was going on here, that all these officers are wanting to come here and work, so I thought that's pretty cool, yeah.
Now, is he related to our?
No,
Oh,
no, just
what,
just the name, yeah. As potential start date is September 7th, pending board approval.
do we have a motion to, accept the recommendation for Hartley to join?
I will make a motion that we accept.
We have a second?
Yes.
Yes.
I second.
All in favor of approving Hartley to join, say aye. Any opposed, say nay. All right, I'll approve the recommendation.
And chief does a book be probationary for 1 year.
For 1 year, yes.
Record.
I don't think we have anyone from the public here, and then you wanted to talk too about the next steps for the.
Yeah, the main thing that I wanted to do is, right, as we were originally gonna have a hearing, Saturdays ago, and it's been continued. And so I wanted, while we had everybody here, I wanted to get everybody's calendars out, and see if we could go ahead and get that scheduled and tell the parties when it was gonna be. I know, James Saturdays, he works on Saturdays, and so it needs to be later in the day on a Saturday if we do it on a Saturday.
Yeah.
But if, otherwise, we'd be looking at doing something in the evening, and so I don't know what time everybody can start in the evening, as my intention would be, we would do it in an executive session. But initially, we would just meet in an executive session and kind of talk about procedurally any issues and stuff, and answer your guys' questions, and then we would move into the hearing portion. So I'd like to start probably, give us an hour just to be safe before the hearing starts, for us to meet in executive session first. So I don't know if people can start at 6 o'clock on an evening, if that works for everybody, if we were to do that. The chief is typically your meeting would have been on the 23rd, and we were kind of looking at that, but I think the chief may have a conflict, and so I don't know if we want to look, but so Saturdays are a possibility, but I think we need to start after 3 o'clock if we do it on a Saturday. Otherwise, if there's an evening we can do, let's plan this, I would say start at 6. Or I mean, we could go earlier if you want, like we could go 5, is 5 too early for everybody, is that?
Hands on.
Depends on the day.
Yeah. So what's, that's why I kind of wanted to open it up to everybody's preference and see if we could figure out a date and time.
So what's the earliest you want us to set this in the month of September?
I would say, I was looking at the earliest being the week of the 22nd, but I think the chief has a conflict, so that would, because that would have been a 30-day.
Yes.
Extension, basically a 30-day because they want to gives the parties time to do some discovery and have discussions, so. That's what I was looking at 30 days.
I have a scheduled training that I am trying to see if I can get refunded.
Okay.
And if I can do that, we could go with the 23rd, but I won't know for sure till tomorrow.
Okay.
The only day I really can't is, of course, when those council meetings. And then the 20th in the afternoon and evening, high school reunion.
So
So,
I'm out that weekend as well. I've got a wedding,
okay,
so.
all right.
What about the week of the 29th? Is there, if we looked at that week? Is there
My phone in the car.
You want to go grab it just so we can save it now?
Am I okay?
Yeah, that seems to me. It'll just save a lot of emails back and forth.
Sorry, I just.
No,
Yeah.
Need it.
I could do any evening of the week.
Yeah, I'm good that week. Pretty much any time.
it probably works better for you during the week than a weekend.
Yeah, and I mean, we're scheduling it out far enough in advance that I can just say like, hey, I gotta do something this evening.
Yeah.
I work right across the street. So.
Okay. Dave, for you, does that help? That'd be cool.
I'm good. I work for myself, so I don't let myself do it any time.
I mean, I'm one that's, Do you know for the town's calendar in the year, it's Tuesday, like if we did it on the 30th, we did back, so it was a week later.
I don't know for sure, but I can find out pretty quickly. I don't think that would be an issue. I think as long as it's pretty good on seven phones.
If we do it.
Okay, what did you guys kind of decide?
Are you open September 30th? Is that Tuesday?
Yeah, that's fine, anytime.
Could we? I'd like everybody to get out of here before midnight.
And I can start at 5 on that.
So if would we be able to have the room starting at 5, so that,
If you guys need a space for you specifically, we can have a space, even if you have to use my office, it's not
we can do
recorded.
that, fine,
Yes,
that would be,
yes.
and then start in here at 6.
Yes.
Would that be, do you think that'll be due, can you verify?
I'll try to,
And then if that works, does that work for everybody? Does that
So
sound-
we're saying 5,
We could even be here at 5.
We start at 5.
Okay, yeah.
And then but we tell the parties at 6 o'clock is when we
Okay.
start the hearing.
On the 27th,
The 30th.
30.
And it's always possible that gets moved again, if they want more time. We can always arrange for that too, but I want to get something scheduled.
Is there a limit to how many times it can be moved or how much time it can? have?
It's at our discretion, so
Okay.
we don't have to move it, if we don't want to.
I was just curious. Is there any follow-up date or anything we need to set, or just that September 30th?
That would be it. What we would do is, after the hearing is held, we'll need to make, findings, we need to make written findings and conclusions.
Okay.
Usually, so what we can do is meet again in executive session after that to discuss. What we could probably do is have the parties do proposed findings and conclusions to us. That makes it, frankly, easier on you guys to have to, let the parties say what they want you to find, and then we can kind of work through those in executive session, and then ultimately you guys would need to vote on those in a public meeting. So I don't know that we need to set it, but when would our October meeting be?
it would be. I think the 21st.
I've got the 28th.
Was it on the 28th?
Yeah, I'm on the 28th, so that would give us
So,
plenty
yeah.
of time between then and the 28th to get that findings.
And we don't have to have another, the next meeting was just gonna go over some of the questions that you've had about how we do promotional things within the department. Like such as having promoted Mark to captain recently, and going over those types of questions.
So do we want to just cancel the next one and just add that on to another one, since that's not.
Well, since September, we're gonna be here for that.
Yeah.
So that could be something we address in October. So,
Yeah. Okay.
So what are we doing with September? What are we doing in September?
we're doing the hearings.
September 30th,
Oh, September 30th.
September 30th at 5 o'clock. We'll meet. And then the hearing will start again. It'll be not public, but it'll be an
Okay.
executive session. That'll start at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
But we will not have our regular September meeting on the 23rd, correct? Okay.
But plan on a regular meeting in October unless something else changes.
And that's the 28th.
Correct.
So just to clarify, I'm sorry, I forgot my hearing aids tonight. After the public hearing at 6 o'clock, the commissioners will then meet after that to decide the final recommendation or just the voting?
So, so everything that we're talking about here will not be in a public hearing. Okay, this will all be done in an executive session. So we would meet at 5 o'clock
Mhm.
in an executive
That's
session.
the private, yeah.
6 o'clock will still be in an executive session, but with the parties present and their counsel. And then after that, depending on how late we go, we, the board, just you and, the board and I can act without the parties. Then you guys can start discussing what the evidence and what you heard and what kind of a decision, you know, or what your thoughts are. Ultimately, the final decision will have to be made in a public meeting.
Right.
So if we can certainly that evening have discussions. And then if we need to, we're not able to get done that night, then what we would do is schedule another executive session. Ideally between then and October 28th for just the board and I to meet, and then you guys can discuss. We can discuss the proposed findings, discuss where everybody feels like they are on the findings, then I can go back and work on finalizing draft findings that I can circulate to the board. But then ultimately you would need to vote on them in a public meeting. Okay. Does that make sense?
Any other questions about the process?
All the other questions will come up in that one
In the
hour
executive session.
between 5 and 6, yeah.
All right, thank you. Is there anything else we need to discuss for we adjourn? Don't say any public still.
Unless you have any questions for me.
How's it going without me? And like, have you been able to be of everything okay?
It's difficult not having an assistant, like learning to do this, and then I've had to throw the agenda together, and it's navigating things differently. I mean, we do not have the foot traffic to justify having a front desk person.
Yeah.
Which that has helped to be able to justify getting more officers, and that was awesome. That's helped tremendously, so the focus is patrol, and that's more important than servicing the community. So that's worked out for us. Just doing things differently, and right now we've got officers coming in Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, because that seems to be the higher volume of calls and, you know, when people do come in, we have that. And so we've got them coming in just for 4 hours, 10 to 2, just to kind of do that. And that gives them an opportunity to make a little overtime doing that. And then kind of relieves us from having to deal with a lot of that. I do want to tell you, I sent an email out that we are no longer to the council about, we are no longer processing fingerprinting here. And we are referring people just to go to either a postal annex, I think there's one in Fishers, but there's other servicing centers that do things for like DCS and other agencies. That we did the old school ink, and most people do digital, and we were getting people that were not community members. That they were either officers from other agencies coming, wanting us to do that for them, and it was just really us doing that using our fingerprint cards, and it was just not serving a purpose for us, and it was making us have to facilitate it without us, so it was just not purposeful, so we removed that from our service menu, and then it's been a little bit more peaceful with that.
Okay.
So that is one thing we did remove. We will continue to do that for town employees, but that's one change that we did make. You know, just when we have major cases, we get a lot of volume calls with media, which most of them call Mark directly on his cell phone, or they'll call me directly, so that kind of eliminates some of that. Unless they're media people that don't know our numbers, or we'll have, you know, who are the victims or whoever's involved, they'll call the front desk, and that. We're working on changes with the phone system, and Ben and I about somehow creating a phone tree that can kind of help, you know, circumvent that, and that should be helpful too. So there's things in the works to kind of get around that, but other than that, and me having to do my stuff.
You're surviving.
Yeah, so. I didn't realize how spoiled I was, and then. Gotta do stuff at home now, I gotta do stuff by myself at work, So it's not been too terrible. I mean, I miss her dearly and I hate that things happen that way, but
It's good, adjust it and it's working. Anything else?
I think they do fingerprinting at the sheriff's office in Hancock County.
yeah, and yeah, if people wanna go out there as well,
Yeah.
too, it just. For us, it just wasn't conducive.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely in.
Especially
Waste
with
of
more
manpower.
community members.
Yeah,
And that was, we get a lot of nurses and some of the guys might like that, but this, you know.
Just bring stuff back from everything.
Yeah, but just, it was a lot of that.
yeah, they have to get that done all the time. They
A lot of
get
them, especially when they're traveling.
travelers.
And I understand that, but it was like, you know, these other places are, they're making money doing that, and we're not in it for that. It's just, so. These are eliminating it, so.
Anything else?
I'd just like to say, welcome to Cumberland.
Thank you.
We're very glad to have you. You're very needed,
Thank you.
for sure.
Excited to get started. Thank you for letting me be in the room where it happened.
Oh, yeah.
We're public meeting,
Yeah,
You just never get anyone from the public.
Yeah.
You might want to come to some of the council meetings and get an idea of what's going on in the town, or read the minutes. So we have a lot going on,
yeah, I sent all
a lot of new development,
We get that.
I
so,
was looking at the schedule while I was reading it. Definitely something we can look into.
And the minutes are saved on the website too, right, the town council?
yeah. And I think the staff report's on there, which really gives you a lot of detail of how hard everybody's working.
Anything else? Going once, going once?
Me too.
All right, adjourn at 7:28.
You don't anybody actually watch this?
It said one person watching.
It's probably us.
It's just us. Yeah.
We kind of log in to make it work.
Oh, yeah, remember when this?
Also,
Put the sound out, that's it.
I think you. Be different.
I think yours.
So the sheriff